This is the all-new Lamborghini Temerario, and I'm here at the Autodromo in Modena, about half an hour from Lamborghini's HQ in Sant'Agata, to drive a late-stage development prototype. We'll also be catching up with the company's super boffin, Chief Technical Officer Reuven Moore, the man we can thank for Lamborghini's newfound driftability. All that's to come, but with a prototype Lambo and an empty track waiting, let's get on and drive the thing first. Okay, here we go then. This is a development prototype of the Lamborghini Temerario. Listen to that noise. That sounds almost agricultural at low revs, doesn't it? Flat plate and crank, that's one of the harmonic signatures of that particular format at low revs. Now, the electric front axle is all about sharpening turning. Little bit of sideways there. I should say we're in Corsa mode. I haven't got the drift mode activated because today they won't let us do any drifting because they haven't set the calibration yet for a high mu surface, which this track is on a dry sunny day like we have here. Okay, so let's open it up. Oh my goodness! Alright, well, as you can hear when you open this thing up, I am following Lamborghini's woohoo! Still getting a bit sideways. And again, it's so natural. A bit sideways there. Right, open her up. 10,000 RPM. Listen to that. Then harden the brakes. Second gear into this little corner here. Little downhill here. It's so controllable. The front end is, oh my god, okay. Basically, it revs like a superbike. Right, that combustion engine, it's an all-new 4-litre hot V V8 with a power output of 789 bhp. That alone is 158 more than the punchiest ever Huracán. And get this, yep, it's redlined at 10,000 RPM. Flat plane crank, titanium conrods, and 2 very boosty turbos. But this is also a hybrid. There are 3 electric motors, each producing 148 bhp. 2 on the front axle. There's a 3.8 kilowatt-hour battery in the central tunnel. You can charge that up at home in 30 minutes. It sounds complicated, and it is, but the headline power figure is 907 bhp. Time to speak to Lamborghini's chief.
The combustion you have to manage at this rev limit with the turbocharged or the turbo boost. But if you compare the entire picture, so means you have a V8 engine with 2 independent engine control units, because we want to be precise, cylinder bank by cylinder bank. We have an electric motor that is integrated here with a specific inverter. We have 2 electric motors on the front. So if I sum up all the drivetrain, complex drivetrains that you can find on the market.
Turbo engine.
First of all, we like it because it's cool, you know, because so far no one else did it with a turbocharged engine to achieve this performance level, at least not on the, let me say, on the street production side. And why it's so difficult? It's based on the physics. First of all, in general, 10,000 rev limit is for every mechanical, let me say, combustion engine a challenge. Piston speed. On top of a turbocharged engine, your turbo size. Because it's clear that if you want to rev with a 4-litre V8 engine, 10,000, let me say the turbocharger size, and these sizes are quite big. If you look at the turbine diameter, I mean, it's one of the biggest turbochargers on the market. Same time, the electric motor directly on the crankshaft, you see here.
The big question is, how does it sound? The Huracán's V10 makes one of the greatest noises in the entire history of humankind, and a turbo V8 has its work cut out matching that. Work there, what sits off on the harmonics. There's a physical sound tube that pumps a bit more noise into the cabin. The flat plane crank helps as well, of course, something to do with the cylinder firing order, and it delivers more even exhaust pulses. Lamborghini have worked really hard on the engine mounts and the body to transmit more vibrations. You know, we're living in a world where we're driving more and more EVs and we're moaning because they don't deliver enough sensation, just the nature of electrons flowing out of a battery. This thing is sensational. The little crest there, Gets a bit lively there. Brakes are terrific. 410mm diameter in the front. Woo! Mega! I am loving this. Fully sideways there, and I haven't even got drift mode activated. This thing is incredible. Yes, I think we can conclude from this experiment, not only is this engine a worthy successor to that V10, but this thing handles beautifully. So entertaining. Whoop. I'm going to hook third here. Bit more traction on the exit there. Second gear here. Throw it in. Get on the gas. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, good job, guys. Sound like an F1 driver, don't I? That it was going to get away from me. And I stress again, I haven't even got access to drift modes. This is great hardware and really cleverly worked out software. And remember, this is the kind of the Temerario kind of starter. There's so much more to come. But what a great basis. And I've got to say, there aren't many mid-engine cars with 900 horsepower plus that you can just play with on the limit like that. Fantastic. And what you lose at the bottom end in terms of harmonics, I think you'll have to agree, you gain at 9,000 and 10,000 RPM. And this is the gateway drug of Lamborghini, not the full bad boy experience. Our track time is over, but let's have a proper poke around the interior. Is it still an old school and rather uncomfortable Lamborghini? Do you remember? This is certainly aping the world of aviation. Let's fire it up. The lower driving position means that the Temerario definitely does feel more purposeful. I mean, it's a super sports car, so it's good to feel connected, right? The architecture of the interior, it's an evolution of the setup in the Revo Alto, including this center console that actually looks a bit like an angry space invader. And yes, the steering wheel is absolutely festooned in buttons, but they have a nice action to them. There's one for the lift, nose lift here, indicator buttons here, wipers here. There's some buttons behind the wheel for volume control and the audio. And most importantly, this little red dial here, which operates all the different drive modes. There are 5 main modes: Città, Strada, Corsa, Corsa Plus, and a drift mode that uses the front motors to provide torque vectoring and 3 levels of slip intervention. I like these large gear shift paddles as well, fix the steering column, so regardless of how much lock you have on, grabbing an up or down shift is always easy. The main display, that's 12.3 inch, fully digital. You can configure it, push this little view button, that's full map, that's dynamic, and then there's one for essential info only. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the infotainment is all done on this central screen here. I think that's about 8.4 inches in size, and all the panels are, yes, they're shaped as hexagons. I mean, this car is full of hexagons. And you can swipe some of these apps off this main display and onto the sort of auxiliary display, the one in front of the passenger. These things have been around for a few years now. I'm really not sure I really want a display if I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I mean, it's showing tire pressures at the moment. That would be a lively conversation, wouldn't it, as you drive along? So the interior is another box ticked off, but Lamborghini have made some of the greatest looking cars ever. No pressure then on Mietje Borchert, the company's chief design officer. Let's have a look at the Temerario without the psychedelic bumblebee disguise.
So it is, like in the family, it is the one that is a little bit more the rebel. So it is more compact, more agile. Original Countach with the chopped rear, the exposed tires, and in the end of the day, when you see the naked engine, bits and pieces of the engine, and we did it here in the same way. So for example, the engine cover is designed like a motorcycle. Underneath we have those V-strut, we call it. Then I love this high position of the exhaust pipe. I really love it. It's really sexy, like in the super bike. thermal requirements. So for sure the thing needs to breathe, and we thought it's super cool to have here those shark gill air outlets, giving a technical feeling. Yeah? We have from day one, we have sketched the Temerario, fixing the wheelbase, fixing the right size for this car, and then of course when you are addressing our fantastic powertrains as a designer, you need to understand, play the right sound, and then of course you need some speaker box. It's there to make the people happy.
Is the new hybridized twin-turbo V8 better than the old V10? It's different, but the way it struts its stuff up to 10,000 RPM is intoxicating. Is it too complicated? No, I wouldn't say so. None of the complexity overwhelms any part of the car, and it actively enhances plenty of others. Is it a true Lamborghini?
Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this review helpful, give us a like, smash that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Catch you in the next video.